What's up, everybody? It's your boy calling to Odhiambo. Welcome again to another episode of Hoop Diaries, the first episode where I am hosting a guest in 2026. And let me tell you guys, this is going to be another great episode. So just to give you a brief, of what you're going to be getting from this episode. Number one, this is a performance-focused episode. Tunataka kuongelea performance, conditioning, hizi vitu zote. I feel like it's timely because we are about to start our KBF season. So I feel like we're going to get some good nuggets from this episode from our guest today. And then many athletes have not prepared for the season, or some have overtrained. Like there's another player that I was with yesterday in Cambia, bro, you're overtraining, okay? And today's guest, will help athletes think long term, not just to survive for a season. So today, guys, on Hope Diaries, we are joined by one of the best minds in Kenyan basketball when it comes to athlete conditioning, mindset development, journaling, and long-term athlete development. This is someone who doesn't just train players to play hard, but to last, grow, and perform at a high level over time. Okay, so I feel like with the KBF season about to start, it is relevant that we have him also on the show. So without further ado, nataka tuanze hii chetu. Help me welcome Coach Harrison. How are you, Coach? How are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm very, very fine. Thank you so much for having me. Just 6 days to my birthday. I turned 47 on January 16th, so it's a great gift
Nice.
to be the first
Ah,
in 2026.
nice. Man, me I'm 38. Hey, tunakaa. Bado safari ni ndefu.
Karibuni, karibuni. I
Ah,
love the intro. Unajua
yeah.
mention long. We train for the long term. Unajua, when
Yes.
I say I'm always proud of my age and how I'm aging.
Yes.
You know.
Me
So
too.
ikifika tu hiyo time January imefika, I always look forward to counting my years.
Yes.
But imekamna
Man.
sports, imekamna sports,
Yes.
not secret.
Mm-hmm.
It's just long time involvement in sports.
So before we get into the deep stuff, for someone hearing you for the first time, how will you describe what you do and why it matters for a basketball player?
Uh, I would say my focus is on enjoying, being able to enjoy yourself, being able to express
Mm-hmm.
yourself without any limitations. You see, basketball or sports for that matter is both a science and an art. Yeah. And
Yes.
for you to express yourself, you need your body.
Mm.
Yeah. So the more prepared your body is, then are your chances of expressing yourself in however way you
Mm.
imagine. See that? You
Mm.
can imagine
Mm.
wanting to do a crossover and you cannot lunge. You cannot do a split
Mm-hmm.
stance. See
Mm-hmm.
that? At the end of the
Yeah.
day, you might do it, but if you're doing it against a heavy player, an aggressive defender, chances are any impact contact between you and the defender might lead to an injury for you. Why?
Mm.
Because your body was not prepared for that kind of movement.
Movement.
See,
Mm.
you're just used to
Yeah.
walking, but your movement is low for the kind of skills you want to execute.
Mm.
So what
That
I
is.
do is
Mm-hmm.
mainly prepare the body to do what it should. And
Mm.
great that you have asked that because my my belief in what I do comes
Mm-hmm.
from my understanding and interaction with the Bible. Yeah,
Mm.
where in First Corinthians chapter 9 verse 24 to 27, Paul
Mm-hmm.
says, "Do you not know that in a race all runners run, but only one gets the prize?" Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Now, when you look at LeBron James just the other day, he was shocking people at how high he's able to elevate above the
Yeah, man.
But in a
Yeah.
recent in one interview I came across on Instagram, he
Mhm.
was saying that most players, including younger players, only focus
Mm.
on skill development,
Mm.
repetition of the skill. See that? I did
Yes.
not get deeper into that interview, but for me, the
Mm.
interpretation of that is he is well invested in his body so that it can
True.
do what it should. Because for me, to liken the discipline of his body to that of an athlete means that an
Mm.
athlete's body is elevated
Mhm.
way high up there above the ordinary or general public.
Mm.
See that?
Mm.
And when you look at an athlete, the next group of people who come close to athletes are people in the military because they also
Mm.
prepare their body for combat.
Yes. Mm.
Because they, unlike us, maybe for those even in boxing or martial arts sports as a sport,
Mm.
there's fairness. You see that? Where when you
Mhm.
win, somebody can tap out. There's a judge, there's a referee or a judge there to decide when you can stop.
Mm.
See that? But for
Yeah.
them in the combat zone, they have only two options: kill or
Yeah.
be killed. If it
Yeah.
has to get there, otherwise,
Yeah.
if you surrender, they also have to preserve human life. So this
Mm.
person is training with that kind of mindset that it is either me or that other person. See that? Forget
Mm.
the ammunition and that is just hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
That means the body has to be prepared. So when you go back to Paul, everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training.
Mhm.
They do it for a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. I want us to
Yes.
look at that part of
Body.
will last forever. How will you enjoy your
Mm.
life after sports?
Yeah.
In as much
True.
as he's talking about this from a Christian life perspective, I interpret it and I've borrowed it into the athlete space, into the sports
Mm.
space, where
Yeah.
I'm looking at before, during, and life after sports.
And after. Yes.
You see, and
Yeah.
one thing will remain constant: you will not remember the wins and losses.
Yeah.
See that? You will not remember
Very
the
true.
points you scored in certain games
Yeah.
unless
Mm.
you bled for those points. You will not remember.
Yeah.
See that? Maybe you
Yeah.
will not even remember how it felt. It was
Mm.
just a moment and it went, and you
It
had to
went.
prepare for another moment.
Mm.
See that? But your body
Mm.
remains constant. If you played well, if you took care of it well, it means you'll be sitting the way we are sitting. And if you want to play pickup,
Yes.
you just go, hey, Harry, you happy? Tokyo scratch off. And I come and I give you a run for it.
Yes.
See
Exactly.
that? Then
Yeah.
the best part of that verse is
Mm-hmm.
when he said, I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise,
Mm.
I fear that after preaching to others, I myself might be disqualified.
Wow.
That only is the foundation of everything we do at All One Basketball. That is the
Mm.
foundation of my approach to building players, my approach to building performance, my approach
Mm.
to even teaching coaches how to build players. And for the
Mm.
players who
Mm.
are way up there, we don't build them, we forge them. See that?
Mm-hmm.
We forge them.
Mm.
When you are forged, only you can destroy what you have created.
True.
See that?
Mm.
So
Mm.
the ones who are up there, the Siages, the Alex, and anybody else who is at a competitive, highly competitive level, because in Kenya, I
Mm.
wouldn't say we have elite or performance, because
Mm.
players are still not well invested as
Yes.
they
True.
should to
True.
qualify to be elite players
Elite
or
players.
performance players.
Mm.
Maybe rugby, uh, maybe athletics.
Athletics. Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Mm.
they are heavily invested in that. But you
Mm.
see, athletics is not as costly as rugby as a team sport,
Yes.
and as
True.
basketball would be.
True.
You see,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
look at how the composition of teams, even the coaching staff, the training staff of teams. There's a huge gap. Some don't even have
Ah,
assistant
sana.
coaches. They don't have
Mm.
team. They don't have team physios. See that?
True.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, I've seen a coach working with elite sprinters who is still the
Mm-hmm.
one going to handle the players when they have injuries. He's massaging a player's knee or
Mm.
something. You know, such a coach
Mm.
should have a whole coaching staff. Like Noah Lyles,
Yeah.
he has his trainer there, he has his coach, he has somebody else who is analyzing that just his movements.
Mm.
See that?
True.
So such small things,
Mm.
when you get to analyze, then you realize that we are so far behind, but you're only
Eh,
improving in
sana.
this direction, and we get
Mm.
to feel that we can compete at very high levels. And it is also a delusion to our players because we have really good players who are very dedicated to
Mm.
their craft, but
Yeah.
our environment gives them an illusion that they are ready for the next level. Not to say that they cannot make it, but they're not just well
Ah,
equipped to really compete at
mm.
that next level as
At
they
that next
should or
level.
would if they were in a
Mm.
space that makes provisions for all this. See that?
Mm.
Yeah, I've worked on Nyayo, seen certain very, very good players, great players. We have great players, and
Mm-hmm.
you can easily identify a training gap in maybe uh, stabilization of the scapulars that is preventing
Mm.
them from scoring as they should.
Mm.
Yeah, some have
Mm-hmm.
weak cores, some have weak lower body because they focus so much on
Mm.
upper body, but they still want to do
Yes.
the moves that they have worked on through skills training.
Mm.
So you have done that skill or drill repeatedly, but your body is not empowered to deliver that skill under
To
pressure.
deliver that, yes. Yes.
That is why
Under pressure.
that
Under pressure,
yes,
yes.
that is
Mm.
why when you see Paul say, I disciplined my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. So for me
Mm.
is your body fit to do what it should? Yeah. And before I coach you, I have to get your body fit for my training. You will not go through my training to get fit. No.
I remember you telling us that. Can't be a
Yes.
Lions.
Yes. Hata
True.
tukiwa Thunder,
Mm.
you have to be fit to train.
Yes. At
Because
the
well,
thunder,
imagine,
yes.
imagine, imagine you have only 90 minutes,
Yes.
yeah, in your
Mm.
program, and
Mm.
ume break down your program the way you're doing it with timestamps.
Mm.
How much time do you have to help somebody to be able to pass the ball well? Yet the only thing they're lacking is their ability to do the push action. Upper body has no
Mm.
power to push because the pass is a push action, and
Yes.
pushing is a fundamental movement pattern.
Mm.
See that? So
True.
even when we are
Mm.
training, when I make my players do push-ups, it has to be the correct way of doing push-ups, where you are recruiting the right muscles for that push-up, for the function
Mm.
that we want you to be able to do, which is
Yes.
pass the ball.
That's the
Dribbling
ball.
is a push action. It's not bouncing.
Yes.
It's a push. You're
Yes.
pushing the ball to the
It's a
ground.
push. True.
You see, running
Mm.
is a push action. Why? You're
Mhm.
pushing off the ground. That is
Yes.
why sprinters train differently from any other who is just doing runs up and down the court, thinking that
Mm.
they're sprinting. They are not sprinting. They're just
Mm.
moving at a high speed. But sprinting
Yes.
has its own mechanics.
Oof,
Why you
kabisa.
have to understand
I've seen.
is ground contact
Mm.
first. So
Mm.
generally, that is the foundation for everything I do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
First
Already,
Corinthians chapter
already.
9, verse 24 to 27. And you can go to the
Mm.
Old Testament, Psalms 19, where the
Mm-hmm.
sun is likened to an athlete, to a runner ready to run his race. So for me, nilijiuliza,
Mm.
what is so special about being an athlete? that you should be likened to a divine space. No, huyu athlete ni special aje, that uko close to the same way Paul atajiprepare, atadiscipline body yake, ati ni kama wewe, si hata kama soldier, like an athlete. No,
Una kitu hapo
but the discipline is not for your skill set, but for your body. So there's something so special about this body that when it is prepared well, it will deliver.
Nimefikiria kitu hapo. That is true, man. That is true. Hiyo kwanza nitaenda hata nisome tena, naambia Mungu pia, hebu nifungue macho nione kitu hapo, because that is true. Yeah, that is true. Unajua, like, I think for me it became like it came naturally. I think tukiwa huko, by the guys who don't know, we had really shot like an episode kitambo with Hari where we talked about, his upbringing and everything. I'll see if I can tag it on the description of this video. But tukiwa huko I think what made me realize that I have to prepare my body to play. I did not know all these tactics of, chin angle or, why you should do a lunge. But I started understanding when I started doing this program that was for jump. It was called Air Alert. And
yeah,
I got the Air Alert, the printed Air Alert 2. And I remember it was for 12 weeks. It had five workouts. And there's a way they were describing. Actually, I got the paper, and then later on, I went for a pickup somewhere else, made friends with some guy, and then he gave me a DVD of Air Alert. So in this DVD, they were explaining each and every workout. So you start to understand, that's why, you have to come up, to go down, why you're doing burnouts, why you're doing step ups, why you jump rope. You understand quick contact with the ground as you go up. So nikaanza kujua, for me to be able to jump high, I have to do these things. I have to do them the correct way, in the right surface, and what I have to sprint. Like now, there's a podcast I watched where they were talking about why it is very important, even as you continue to grow older, you still maintain your ability to sprint. You to sprint, lazima sprint kama Usain Bolt, but your ability to sprint kwenda hiyo speed kuna venye nakusaidia to stay longer, to stay healthier longer, and even for your own mobility and health. So ndo zile za so I have to maintain. So tumesema hiyo, I totally agree, man. I totally agree, and I think I'll even share that with the guys that I'm training, because I normally put them through the same workouts. Kama sasa mwenye na train because now it's going back into the season, tulianza polepole, so it's like in the first phase ya conditioning. So nikimwambia hapa sasa tunaanza polepole, tunaenda 60% ama 70% of your speed, unapata maybe ashikanishi, lakini sasa ni ile if you're able to explain to him, we are building it polepole, then ashikanisha, so this is how it's done. And I'm also saying that the more we do it that way, like we explain, we're also teaching this guy in such a way that years to come, yeye anataka kwa position yetu, ataweza kufundisha mtu mwingine, because anaelewa why he's doing it. So that is good, bro. That is good. Hapo nimeagree kabisa, and it's hapo already. Unaona, niliambia majamaa hii episode already tu hiyo ni intro, ndio tushapata kitu.
No, but unajua the most interesting bit is this. Kuna time nilikuwa na work from Nyayo, and nika come across nika meet kina Tailawa kitrain, then nika have kumshikia kama pad ama kumpatia resistance. So akakam kwangu, akatry kumekio bump na akafeel resistance yangu, nikamwambia kwa yako ni weak. Unajua aliniambia nini? Aliniambia yes. Nikampatia workouts, simple workouts, bear crawls, nini.
Nalikumbuka.
Months later, na Tyler is very disciplined. Unajua?
Yes.
Months later alikama akaniambia, manze coach, bado nafanya zile vitu zako. For me, it made me feel good. One, because uni player akiwa Kenya alikuwa very hardworking.
Yes.
Tulikuwa tunamsikia tu kuna boy ana shoot LD. Unajua? Then akakam saa zile kabla a transition in the overseas and the US, alikuwa USIU. Unajua mimi alikuwa anakam USIU kutrain, juu bro yake alikuwa USIU. So alikuwa anakam USIU kutrain. Na huyo mzee alikuwa na train kwa hiyo jua. Na sasa hiyo koti ya USIU ilikuwa black, lamia black.
Nakumbuka.
So just put in work, just trusting, believing that one day kitu ita happen. Kumbe alikuwa anajiprepare. Then akaenda akacheza US, very good basketball. Akaenda Europe. Yani yuko very accomplished. Then
Yes.
after all that, before I think ilikuwa before his last overseas ndo tuli interact. Na akachukua akamwambia tu that one thing feedback, na akasema true, my core has always been weak. Na nikamwambia fanyaga hii, na akaenda akaifanya, na akakuja tena baadaye akaniambia I still do the things you gave me. Nikamwambia kuja nikuongeze zingine. Unajua aliniambia lini? Wacha tumalize hii nitakutafuta. Performance yake kwaje huyo msee? Iko juu. Ni senior player, but bado ako willing kuja kusikiza.
Ndio hiyo sasa bro.
See, that level of coachability is rare for me, nasema is rare.
It's rare.
And for my players, the one thing muambia, the first thing utaambiwa in our training all one basketball ni humility. Embrace humility. Juu kuna vitu tutakufundisha in a short while utaona change kubwa. Na watu huko nje wataanza kucelebrate na kukuonesha venye manzee nini unafanya huko free. Unajua? So well. But that is barely the foundation. It's just your body now understanding what your brain has been trying to tell it to do. Because your body cannot execute what imeperceive ama imeconceive. Ka boxing, nisipojua kutupa hii ngumi hivi, mi ndaona boxing zote, but bado ndakuwa tu nikirusha ya kwanza KO. Kwa nini? Sijui coordinate na kurudisha na nini na kuhepa, unajua sijui hizo vitu. But when I train my body how to jab, cross, what not, that, slip, all that footwork, I'm not so good. I've just trained my body to do what it should. Kumbuka ile verse ya God.
Yes.
I trained my body. Naona hiyo ni discipline.
Discipline.
I
Exactly.
discipline myself like an athlete to train my body to do what it should on the boxing ring, to do what it should on the rugby pitch, to do what it should on the swimming pool, to do what it should on the basketball court. Unaona? And that is what brings about athlete-centric training. Unaweza kuwa na general workouts za kubuild work capacity for all the players, but ultimately you have to understand kila player na needs zake.
Yes.
We need a more broader coaching staff, even at the national team level.
Mtu mmoja hizi toboa.
Because one coach will not do all that.
It's even stressful.
Yes.
It's even stressful.
And maybe at times you don't even have that knowledge.
Exactly. That is the thing. And I feel like it is when you mesema too, even before we started recording, when we were talking about even like how we were working with in our team na coach Delano. Kuna hii part ya kuenda kukaa chini, kupanga hizi vitu na nini, aliniambia Kolo hiyo tunakuachia. Unaona akoleka Kolo anizafanya hiyo. Hii part nyingine ya kupanga plays na nini na sets wacha yeye afanye. So unaona, because now we're able to work together, we're able to see results, when you had that run. So kitu nasema ni true. Yenye hapo tuko na kazi, but also say mimi pia msema tu pia we are not special, like sasa wewe ama any other great coach doing something good up hivi nje na mavijana ama nini. I feel like nilikuwa naambia tu best wangu coach ali reach out kutoka Mali, akona program Malindi. Nikamwambia bro, kitu mimi naweza kuambia, want to learn, like when you say to humility, seek knowledge and then understand it. By understanding it, you'll know where to apply it and where not to apply it. So itakuwa unaweza jipata tu huko Malindi and you come up by tu kusoma, kuona ma podcast na nini, you might end up coming with a program suited for that environment uko nao Malindi
Exactly.
and able to, unaona, so unapata juu litafuta yuko na sengine manzi wenye nilikuwa ukikoach jo many years ago manzi, unakuja unapata training bado jamaa na run tu hivyo, unaangalia hivyo kwa zile za naona hata hapa waswa kiingia game people can't move na our players unapata in a short while injuries.
Yeah.
But wajui hizo tulikuwa nafanya before, but I like that. So really jamani, mwambie ni intro na tushapata maneno so
but tunaweza disclaimer kolo ndo isikuwe ni kama ati tuna overlook kama tuna downplay the how things were being done. Me in fact
no.
I thought utapata a lot of knowledge music from older
exactly.
Yes. Because they didn't have access to the kind of information that we have right now.
We have, true.
You know,
that
so
is true. And
they had genius moments than we do. Sisi tuko na more innovative, but not genius. Them, they were geniuses because walikuwa na less equipment, walikuwa na less access to information. Unaona? And then hizo enzi zilikuwa Cold War pia. Pali kila mtu anataka kushow vitu zao ndo noma kwa hii world. So that to follow the whole world follow ideology na systems zao. Unajua? Utanipata naangalia trainers from US, trainers from Africa, trainers from Asia, trainers from Europe, trainers from Russia. Unajua? Naangalia tu.
Unapata kitu kutoka kwao.
Yeah. So mi hata nikikuwa social media no spend time social media sana, but I spend time to study. Juu kuna a lot of garbage here. Unajua? And then kuna a lot of irrelevant things. Unajua? Mimi siwezi anza kutrain players wangu venye nimeona LeBron anatrainiwa. Siwezi follow hizo system. Because there's a lot of background information that sijakuwa exposed to. Naona tu reels, the highlight reel.
Yes. Naona zinaitwa highlights.
Kuna unakumbuka nani? Suleiman. Ule
huyo kwanza. Huyo jamaa ni inspired deadly. Namtambua vizuri.
Yuko Taita. Unajua kuna time walini invite KU. Walikuwa they were paying me once a week. They would come together as players, putting together some money and invite me per session. They did that for almost a month. Alikuwa the same nini na ule point Gadonyo alikuwa anaitwa nani? Uma crossover. Atasikia vibati jina yake si Grifo
ama nani?
After Grifo. Aliwachezea Barclays, sasa anachezea nini? Brayo, mad skill. Wewe Brayo mad skill.
Mimi nafikiria Grifo yani tukiwa Tanda. Siko anajua unasema mad skill.
Sorry, Absa, mad skill. Alikuwa na injury ya magoti. Unajua? So nikawapeleka tu dynamic warm up na body movement. First as KU waka-adapt dynamic warm up. Ikakuwa ni standard yao. Kina Ngor pia walikuwa hiyo time. Wali-adapt dynamic warm up as their standard. Unajua? Then body movement, some of them also adapted and started doing it. Brayo akaenda back into even studying his body now. Alikuwa ananipatia feedback. I mean nilikuwa tu encourage. Now continue because alikuwa so worried about his knee. Unaona?
Yes, hiyo magoti.
Sasa ukiona anacheza anafanya nini, ni mse asharudi back to understanding his body and training his body to do what it should. It come from those interactions. Na unajua mimi as a trainer, my goal is to empower you to be able to be free of me. Niko kuempower operate bila mimi ati ukuji kunilipa mimi joy yangu. But kama utakuwa unanitegemea inamaanisha wewe ugrow na basi mimi si grow. Mimi nataka kuempower uende. Na uende kuimpact.
Pia ndio kusaidia watu wengine in the future.
Yes, ni kama discipleship. Unajua?
Yes, exactly.
Ukuje uko tu unaniletea pana. Mimi na kuempower, peleka knowledge kwingine. Maybe huko pia utadiscover something, utamit venye unasema. Ukienda nao Mombasa ama Malindi, weather ya huko ni different. Unajua
Yes.
Kenya za take mtu in maybe central longer kuachieve because weather pia ina affect physiology ya body. Utapata mtu wa coast ataachieve much faster.
True.
Unaona? Hata need to warm up for so long, hata need activation for so long. Unajua strategies zake zitakuwa different na mtu wako kwa maybe high altitude ama
altitude, yeah.
baridi. Unaona weather pia ina affect training. I get. Yeah.
Naona wasewa hizo ama runners ukuja kukimbia. Unakujanga wanapata kuja kutrain Kenya. Just walikuwa wanajaribu like to study how Kenyans are able to run. Sinilionangi kitu. I saw a documentary where they're talking about how unajua they come to Kenya to run in our environment. Yes.
Yeah. So unaona for us sasa as we talk mtu asiseme ati tumedharau makoches wa kitambo nini, hapana. Ni ukilana knowledge. Yes, ukilana ta players wa sahi si kama sisi first.
Yes.
Ukiangalia background yetu tulikuwa multisport tulikuwa tunacheza shake. Unajua shake
kusaidia sana.
Shake ni ile unachora lines hivi, mna line moja katikati, watu wanakimbia in boxes, slap. Unajua hiyo ilikuwa inakusaidiana, kumbe inakusaidiana change of direction, quickness, umeshtua huku umeenda huku. Ukiangalia shake inakusaidia a lot of that. Unajua then tulikuwa tunacheza ball anywhere and everywhere, whether ni mtu sana hiyo
hapo ndio tulianzia,
ilitusaidia sana. Playing football barefoot helped us a lot. It is now when you look at the scientific background of it, I mean knowledge of it, of moving barefoot, don't I realize how important or how lucky we were to just be able to play barefoot as children. Yeah, that is why we have strong bones up to now.
Yes.
No. Then
now people are doing it right now. People are going back to that. Like wasi wana warm up. Nimeona like in Europe there's a guy who warms up their players. Unapata wako on barefoot, wanafanya hizo movements, lunges, nini on barefoot.
Yeah. Then wangalie tulikuwa tunacheza bladder saa zingine with the girls.
Yes.
Ushacheza bladder ile ya kuruka hivi.
Ile ya kuruka.
Tulikuwa tunafanya tulikuwa tunawako na plyometrics bila kujua.
Manze bana.
Haya, tulikuwa tuna skip kamba saa yote, ile kamba ya kuruka hivi. Hiyo jump rope ile tulikuwa sasa ni jump rope is a sport. Tulikuwa tunaruka hizo kamba. Haya, tulikuwa tunaenda hunting na fair. Hiyo hunting inakusaidia na nini? Ku aim, hand eye coordination, timing.
Yes.
Unaona? Yeah.
Hata ile ya kurusha, unakumbuka ile tulikuwa tunaweka batteries? Unakumbuka? Unaweka batteries chini, huyu anaweka batteries hapa chini and then you have to roll something igonge hizo mabeka. Hiyo pia unajua inasaidia na ku-aim pia. Haya,
kucheza bano. Hizi vidole zili strengthen aje? Kucheza tu bano.
Vidole.
Unaona? Na pia hand eye coordination.
Yes.
Unaona? Aiming.
Yes.
Unaona? Haya. Tulikuwa tunafanya nini tena? Hizo vitu zote tulikuwa tunafanya zilikuwa zina to build generally. Ni kama zilikuwa zina foundation yetu. Unaona?
True.
Without us knowing. But ukiangalia players wa sahi hawana that experience. So how you will train them and approach utachukua will also have to be different.
Some we have to incorporate hizo stuff.
For us tulikuwa blessed, tuko na that kind of background. But imagine mtu amegrow kwanza, umemleta pitch ndo atoke kwa TV, ndo atoke kwa PS, ndo atoke kwa simu, umemwambia go for basketball. Different. Once you're done with soccer, you want to go hunting. Unaona? Once you're done with hunting, ama in the process of hunting, you will meet and you will start fighting.
In fact, kwanza umesema kitu hapo, I think we should also mention it. When you're going for hunting, what are you doing when you're going for hunting? See, you're walking. Na sasa hii ndio hiki
Yes,
tunaona
you're
watu wanafanya
walking.
zoezi
Thank you.
tu walking. You're also walking.
Yes.
You know, ama at times you're also maybe running after something. Maybe kuna kitu umeona you're running after
Exactly.
it.
Chasing something.
Na kusaidia kukimbia shoulder to pocket. Na hiyo kuchange direction pia. Yeah, true manze.
Exactly. And then another thing is teamwork. You know, you don't walk alone because ukienda kuhunt kwa another estate, the kids in that estate might beat you up. So you walk as a group.
You walk
and
as a
that is
group.
teamwork.
Always. Yeah.
So now bring that to the sports and how we have come to evolve as sports people or as people who are trying to inspire and impact sports and younger players coming up. You see, for us is to use that background knowledge and information and study what material do we have today and how does what we know or knew apply to the material we have today. Some will be relevant, some will have to discard completely.
Yes.
But if you only stuck to one way, that it means you unlearning things will be very hard. Because even
Very
for
hard,
me, to be able to teach basketball or sports the way I do, I had to unlearn how I was introduced to basketball.
That is true. Hata mimi. Hata mimi nimeunlearn vitu mingi. We are almost, getting into the new season, KBF, and what I've learned over time is most of the time when you're starting a new season, and I understand because our players are not being paid or anything. Sio ma professional. So weekend holiday at a rest, arudi maybe afanye job zake, January akuje saa anze kutafuta fitness. Alafu napata in most cases most players are fit by the time tunaingia second leg because it also takes time. So I feel like with the experience, somebody watching this might get some information on how to, get better conditioning before the season, what it takes maybe to be a conditioned player so that they understand what they are doing. So kimbia too. So maybe you can give us like a snippet, like some ideas that can help players prepare their bodies to be able to perform during the season. Basically around conditioning and performance on the court. Anything unaweza share na sisi hapo?
Okay. When you contacted me about this, I really thought about it, whether I should go deep or I should make it conversational. So what I saw that because we don't know the audience that we are talking to or that is listening to us, but since we have been in this ecosystem for quite some time and having had the opportunity to even coach the national team level for both 3x3 and 5-on-5, you get to meet players from different teams and get a feel of their strength and conditioning strategies or athletic development. Yeah. And one thing I got to realize is, as you mentioned earlier, what is standard is people do sprints, a lot of sprints. Not the standard sprints of 100 meters or track, let's say track. They run up and down the court and they run hard. Yeah. And when you look at that disparity, you come to realize that what people define as fitness in basketball in Kenya is doing sprints. Yeah.
True.
For certain teams, you come to realize that that sprint is a form of punishment.
True.
Not athletic development. So when you inform the body that you're doing this as a punishment, then there is no gain. It is counterproductive because it will not associate that running or that sprinting to performance. And what you're looking for is carryover of everything I'm doing to prepare my body into the game. See that? If I have a negative reinforcement to something that should be helping me, it means I will not appreciate that thing.
Very true.
See that? No matter how hard we sprint, we will only last for a quarter. After a quarter, I will fall back to the attitude I had when I was hoping that the coach will make us stop sprinting and we go home.
Yes.
If we
Finish
are
and
if
go
we are
home.
running, yes, if we are running and we are
Mm.
lucky enough to be ahead of that team, then
Mm.
we will win. But we
Yeah.
will never know why we won and how we won. We just won.
Yeah.
We were
We
just
just
lucky.
won. Mm.
See that? But
Mm.
if I have a day for speed work, remember,
Mm.
like
Mm.
sprinting on the line, and there is speed work as part of athletic development or performance training, then
Mm.
there will be a carryover of that into the game.
Mm.
For some teams, they did not have that kind of running as a punishment. They had it as an identity. And that is,
Mm.
remember the former KCB Lions. They ran
Woo!
with the ball. They ran with the ball. They ran on defense. Everything to them was to outwork the opponent. The same way
Yes.
Phoenix Suns was with the kid. All they did was outrun. You score as many as you will
Yes.
score, but we will outrun you and outgun you.
Mm.
You see that? They didn't care how
Yeah.
much you're scoring and how well you score, but they made sure
Mm.
they're the most conditioned to outrun you completely.
Mm.
That is why
Mm.
their scores are always 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, you know.
Yeah.
So coming back to conditioning,
Yeah.
first we understand the players, the material that you have. From the national team, my profiling of teams was, uh, I hope it's okay to mention teams for learning
Yeah.
purposes.
Yeah.
Uh, Players from Ulinzi were very strong. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they are, of course, they are muscled up and strong.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
Players from Thunder were were well conditioned, but only
Mm-hmm.
enough insofar as they have a supporting cast around them. It was not built
Mm.
around the individual athlete being exceptional. You
Mm-hmm.
know, for them, it's like it's not about work capacity, but a baseline. You know, there's
Mm.
a difference between work capacity and baseline. So
Mm-hmm.
them, they have established a baseline.
You can share the difference so that people understand.
So when it comes to work capacity, it is
Mm.
how much can your body take
Mm-hmm.
to perform a given task.
Okay.
See that? Or can you
Mm.
sustain your performance of a given task? You
Mm.
know, you as an individual, then
Mm-hmm.
it is your work capacity, my work capacity, the work capacity of somebody else that keeps us sustaining
Mm.
our wins, our performance.
Mm. Mm.
See that? When you understand that,
Mm.
uh, I know the volume that my point guards should take must be
Mm.
higher than that of my big men. You know,
Mm.
I
Mm.
know the kind of conditioning I must put in place for my shooters.
Mm-hmm.
See, they have to do
Mm.
a lot of change of direction. They have to do a lot of agility. They have to do a
Mm.
lot of angle running in circles and angles.
Mm.
You see that? And
Mm.
come to a stop, recollect themselves, and shoot the ball because they are snipers.
Mm.
They have to
Yes.
be poised under pressure. They have to be on the move
Mm.
when they are made out and still
Mm.
find the vantage point and deliver the shots, no matter the time of the game. Not only be
Mm.
hot during the
Yeah.
first and second quarter when the stakes are still low and you can catch up or whatnot,
Yes.
because basketball is a game of
Mm.
runs. No,
Mm.
we want
Mm.
you to have that killer instinct. Uh, it's great that we can use Tyler because we have seen him do it at different games at all levels of
Hey,
basketball.
Manze,
Yeah,
true.
we
I was
want you to
about to
be
say
that
that.
player. See
Mm.
that? We want you to
Mm.
be that player. But
Mm.
I'll go back to my conversation with him. We both
Mhm.
talked of quality of your movement. You see, him having been exposed to Europe basketball, he understands most of these conversations. Because when I talk of movement quality, he knows what I'm talking
Mm.
about.
Mm. Mm.
You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So players from did I have players from K? Did you have players from KPA? I can't quite remember. Players from Equity. Some of them have some level of discipline where they really take care of themselves. Somebody like Electric,
Yes.
his own activation long before people started doing activation, uh, band activation. He was already doing it because even he's a fan of conditioning, of having great athleticism because he follows a lot of American football. So
Yeah.
much of his background is from that, and he's very well invested in that as a person.
Yeah.
So seeing him in that space and seeing him do all those things, you get to understand. So at the national team level, where I can say I could get a glimpse of what other teams do with their players, it was easy for me to get to know what strength and conditioning or athletic development means for each and every team, especially the top teams in, in the country.
You had Okal. You had Okal on the national team.
Uh,
How many time he was already in Thunder?
yes. He was there. He was there. We had them. You know, at the national team level, I've never really gotten a chance to do complete SNC program
Yeah.
because of the time allocated. So
Yeah.
what I used to do, yes,
Mm.
it is very kidogo. And what I used to do was just manage their recovery because you have players who are training to go
Ah,
represent the country and they are still
okay.
playing in their teams and training in their teams. So they
Yes.
come from your training and they have to go back to their team training in the evening. Or they come for your training in the morning and in the evening they are training with their team. You see
Mm.
that? So much of what I did, even for the women's national team, was
Mm.
prehab, rehab, recovery work. See, not so much about strength and conditioning.
Mm.
Even the
Mm.
Lionesses who went and beat Egypt and
Mm-hmm.
qualified for the Women's Africa Club Championship, it was just that. Came with injuries, you have to rehabilitate. Some have poor movement quality, you have to rehab so that they don't get
Mm.
injured in the process. Yeah.
Mm.
And then to bring
Yes.
them all at the same level, now that is to
Mm.
create a baseline, I did a lot of dynamic warm-ups. You see that?
Mm.
Because within
Interesting.
the dynamic warm-ups,
Yeah.
that is where you're able to develop the work capacity, see how much can the
Mm.
body take, or
Yes.
how well is the body prepared for the task ahead.
Mm.
You see that? Is it fit to train? That is work capacity
Mm.
for me.
Yes, I
Then,
remember that. Is it fit to
yes,
train?
is
Mm.
it fit to train?
Mm.
Yeah, is it
Mm.
fit? Now, when you're looking at fit to train, for me, from the
Mm.
national team perspective, I had to study other teams. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Study
Mm-hmm.
Egypt. What is it about them? Rwanda, Uganda, all those teams say that were there. What
Mm.
is unique about them? What is unique about their style of play? How is their scoring? You know, even with their scoring, you can see the level, you can detect the level of fitness because
Mm.
how fit you are amounts to how well you execute.
Exactly.
Yes,
Mm.
your shot selection. What kind of shots are you taking?
Mm.
You see that? Yeah. Uh, my assessment. Remember that player from who played for Rwanda? They played here for the WBAL, BLA. The lady from
Nani? Lucas.
the light. Yes, Lucas.
Mm.
She was very strategic, very tactical in how she was managing herself in the game.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
because she's she's backed up, and our players are very very fast. That is our nature. You know, I've had the chance to run an analysis of conditioning for various players across Africa from various regions. And Kolo, you'll
Mm.
be surprised that
Mm-hmm.
we are all unique in the specific regions that you play.
Mm.
Yeah. You'll find East
Mhm.
Africans have this kind of quality that is unique to
Mhm.
them. North
Mhm.
Africans have a certain level of fitness quality. South, West, certain level of fitness quality.
Mm.
See that? So as East
Mm.
Africans, we need to understand what is our predisposition. How should we
Okay.
train?
Mm.
See
Eh.
that? And it
Bro,
has to be
wewe
different.
ni
It has
master
it
class.
has to prepare you. Yes, it has to prepare you
Mm.
to go and
Mm.
meet somebody who has a different kind of athletic ability.
True. Mm.
Yes. Uh, and when you
Mm.
understand that, then
Mm.
you're not only preparing your players to be ready, you're empowering them to understand what their strength is.
Mm. Yes.
And then how are they going to counter their opponents?
The opponent. Makes sense.
See that? Eh.
Mm. Yeah.
And that is how I also look at I also get to look at and analyze the teams. KPA has I've had the opportunity to train KPA in
Mm-hmm.
their pre-playoffs. I've had the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to I work with Ulinzi in their run into the playoffs, and
Mm-hmm.
you saw how they performed. I had
Mm.
just one session with them, just
Mm-hmm.
doing dynamic warm-ups and recovery for the entire team, and
Mm.
you saw the impact it had.
The
See
impact,
that
yeah.
that does not mean that they were not fit. It only means while their body is prepared for the task they are about to do.
Mm.
If you go there
Mm.
assuming that you've been playing the whole season, then you're lying to yourself because
Mm.
you want to win. Imagine you want to win, and the first place you want to win in is where? Is in your mind. Then your
Yes.
mind is imagining the opponent is capable of one, two, three. So it will
Mm.
always push you to counter what the opponent is bringing.
Mm.
And if your body cannot express itself with what the mind has conceived, then you will not achieve what you're trying to achieve. So the body that is
Mm.
well prepared than the other will always win because the
Makes sense.
mind is already winning. The heart, the fighting spirit is already there. See that?
Makes sense.
So that is the
Mm.
major gap that we have when it comes to essence.
Mm.
You see that? Now, for
Yeah.
me, uh, first, as you said, I start with
Mm-hmm.
imagine you have 3 weeks with the national team. You have to prepare them. Yeah?
Mm.
Whether 3x3, 5-on-5. For 3x3, you have to understand it is an anaerobic sport, meaning less oxygen is being used. You're burning uh, more muscle, more glucose
Mm.
than in the
Mm-hmm.
5-on-5.
The
See
one
that you
five.
have to understand that how will the players manage their energy levels? How are they going to
Mm.
exploit? Yes, how are they going to exploit their energy system to retain that energy to go through 10 minutes of fast-paced game that is 3x3?
Yeah. Yeah.
See that you will not train them
Mm.
the same way they train for 5-on-5.
Yes.
It is different, completely different. You will not make them run full court, sprints for just 10 seconds or whatnot, thinking that that is getting them fit. See that
Mm.
if you're going to burn them out that much, then make sure you can replenish that energy that they have lost
Mm.
within that time that you're making. Because 3x3 is about energy levels, meant sustaining your energy throughout that game.
Mm. Mm.
See that? Yeah.
Mm.
5-on-5, there's so many
Mm.
rotations. There you can walk the game, you can run the floor, you can have a quick hitter, you can run a
Mm.
play and slow down the game completely. You can choose to freeze the ball. There's so many strategies and plans for scoring on 5 on
Mm.
5 that allow you to
Mm.
recover constantly.
True.
See
True.
that? So first things
Mm.
first, even you're coming off season, think about your work capacity. How much work can I handle? Can my body, not me, can my body handle? Me, I can handle. I can do anything because I already believe, based on my past experience, that I can fix
Mm.
this. I'm good enough.
Yes.
but your body is not ready. Yeah,
I think
your
that's
body
the
is not
mistake I
ready.
did.
Yes,
Mm.
and remember, anytime you're coming
Mm.
off season, there's that
Mm.
you're coming from off season, so all shots are sinking. You will push yourself harder on that day one, and that is where you pull tendons, you pull muscles.
Mm.
You know, yeah. So
True.
there is no that you have not done any assessment.
Mm.
See that you have not done any assessment, so you don't have a starting point. Your starting point is where you left mentally, but your body is not where
Mentally.
you left.
Makes
See that?
sense. Ah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Makes sense. You just made me
Because
remember something. Ah, by the way, yeah, what I told you before we started recording, I think that is also um, something that I'll adjust next time. But I think that's why I was telling you I had that campaign from nowhere. And I was
yeah,
just like, I had a program nilianza polepole, building. Like in the fourth week, nikasikia tu kitu hapo kwa ina hip. Ah, by the way.
yeah.
True. Na hizo vitu sijaikuwa
So
nazo. It has never happened for me. Ah,
now remember
true.
you said you also went back to sitting a lot.
Yes,
So
yes. When I
a
went
lot
back
of
to my
things change in
usual,
your
yeah,
body
office.
because you change your level of activity. So
Mm,
when level of activity changes, the body goes back to rest mode. Remember, it's always trying to establish a balance homeostasis.
mm,
That is standard. The body
yeah,
is constantly working to establish internal balance. So
makes
whatever you
sense.
introduce it to, it will always
Mm.
strive to establish that balance.
Well,
Remember, it works as a system. Physiologically, it works as a system. All the organs, all the body systems, they are working
mm,
together in split seconds to make you function well.
mm.
So if the task is demanding and the body is
Mm.
not ready,
Yes.
that's a tall
Ah,
order.
unajiumiza.
Don't
Mm.
cry if you get injuries. Don't even
Mm.
blame it on the coach if you don't understand your body as an athlete in season
Mm.
5 or season 10 in the Premier League.
True.
You should know better.
That is true. That is true.
And that is why
Wow.
it is a bit that is why we have a huge training gap in athletic development. I think for Europe and other places they call it strength and
Mm.
conditioning. For US they mostly focus on athletic development, you know, as a terminology, but they're almost the same thing. It's
The
only the
same thing.
strategies and understanding that might be a bit different from person to person. See that?
Mm.
Because strength and conditioning starts with the body, then athletic development goes to specificity. You want to develop this player specific for basketball, but strength and conditioning is general, building the entire body, preparing the whole
Body.
system. But athletic development, I want now you are a basketball athlete.
No
We need you
specific.
to move this way, you know.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, we need you to block shots.
Specifically.
So we have to focus on your vertical elevation. We'll prepare a
Mm.
workout that will allow your body block more shots for us.
Makes a lot of sense.
See
You
that? We
like I
want
had
to
an
slide
idea,
full
but
court.
sasa nimeelewa even deeper.
We want to go. We for me, I'll say like for that the Lioness team,
Mm.
I just looked at them and said we have an average height. We are not as tall, so
Mm.
we have to be the most conditioned team. We have to be really aggressive. We have to be able to have quick transitions.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be able to make stops.
Mm.
Yeah, and that does not
Mm.
come from a lot of sprints. It comes
Sprinting.
from it comes from preparing the body for short bursts in decision making.
Mm.
Yes, quick reaction times.
Quick reaction times. Yes.
Yes, quick change of direction, moving in multiple directions, awareness, a lot of awareness. There are some
Mm.
sessions that we had really playful exercises.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, built. We
Mm-hmm.
had animal movements. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that if you see that is a ball, you don't hesitate. Boom, you move, you strike like a cobra. Timing, champ. You decided, I have that ball, it's a steal, you go. You get the ball, there's a lane open, you just catch, go. See that? So we did a lot of body movement. Yeah. Now, once you have your work capacity in check, now you assess the foundational movement patterns to check for injury. Yeah. And those patterns are like squats, lunge, hinge. Hinge is just the waist, the way you can hinge a door, the door hinges.
A door, yes.
So you see your waistline, your waist hinges a lot. When you're doing deadlift, you hinge a lot. When you're picking something, you can hinge. See that? So push, your ability to push,
Yes.
pull, carry, rotate, and anti-rotate. See that? Because when you're doing box ball movements, there's so much rotation and anti-rotation. What we call rip, high rip, low rip. When you are teaching it, you teach it as box ball movement. Because you have to understand, why are you ripping how you are ripping? You know, what is the effects of that rip? You know, we teach you to look for subtle movements that you're creating with your movement and the reaction that the opponent is likely to make. So you're not just playing and hoping that this move will make them go apana.
Yeah.
You commit them. You actually commit your intent of them moving so that you change your direction. See that? And most people think that or believe that elite training or performance training is so complex. No, they just have a deeper understanding of what is happening. It's more of situational awareness. You know, they are so aware of what their body is creating by subtle movement and what the opponent movement means for their counter movement. See that?
Yeah.
And these are things like squatting. Look at players. Where does squatting apply? Defense. You squat in defense position.
Defense. Yeah.
But when you're in defense position, it's a wider base than your standard squatting stance.
Yes.
See that? But now the way you are saying you're feeling something in your groin. Remember, how many times do you open your hips? Do you work on hip openers? How often do you work on your hip mobility?
Yes, actually, that's what actually helped me. Like, no wonder yesterday I was able to play. I went back to doing those things, like I told you.
Yeah. And they are simple things. You can even do them body weights. You see that?
That
So
is the
a
funny
squat, you
thing.
can do body weight squats. Body weight squats, you can
Yeah.
do them just with discipline. See that?
But it needs discipline.
Yes, with discipline. Lunges. We are always lunging. Anytime we are climbing stairs, it's a lunge. Yes. Anytime you're sitting, you're squatting. When you're going for number 2 in the toilet, that's a squat.
That's a squat.
Yes.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
Then, when it comes to sports now, we don't call it squat, but when you assume that position, you're in your athletic stance.
Yes.
But in terms of strength and conditioning or physical training, we call it a squat. But in basketball, it is called athletic stance.
Athletic stance, yeah.
Yes. In combat sports, you have a fighting stance that assumes the squat position. But it is a foundational movement pattern that you must be able to do as a human being to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then now you assess yourself. Can you squat properly? Then if you cannot squat, how will you shoot? How will you recruit the muscles for shooting?
How will you jump for the rebound?
How will you jump for the rebound? Because if you jump, you have to squat, assume the squat position.
Yes.
If you are shooting, you have to assume the squat position. When you're playing defense, assume the squat position. When you're setting the screen for you to have a solid screen, your base has to be wide and a bit low. That's a half squat. When you're boxing out, you don't go too low. You get into a half squat, wide base, arms cactus, not wide here, not behind, cactus here. Because your cylinder is marked by the edge of like this. This is how far, how wide your cylinder can stretch for your upper body. You see that? That's again half squat. See that? So that is the squat. The lunge, you're doing crossovers. You're doing even the split stance. Side lunge, reverse lunge, forward lunge. See that? A bit of curtsy lunge helps you with what? Crossover step.
Yes.
See that? Now, when I'm doing a side lunge with a half squat without overextending it, what am I doing? Side step.
Yes.
Yeah. When I turn that lunge 45 degrees, when I'm facing you, 45 degrees, that is the lunge. What does that mean? My right foot, if I'm lunging with it, is attacking your left foot.
Yes.
And what do we call that in basketball? Drive step.
Exactly.
See that? When I hit the lunge right in front, the normal lunge, the forward lunge. Yeah. In basketball, if I did that forward lunge, there are so many things I might be doing. I may be punching the dribble. You're coming to a stop on a lunge. It has a different name in basketball. It might be a drag. It has a different name. See that? So the foundational movement patterns acquire different names when you get the transfer them into sport-specific skills training. Typically, if you cannot lunge, forget about doing basketball, dribbling between the legs explosively and attacking your defender.
True.
Yet, the best way to evade your defender when they are too close to you, the best dribble type to use when you're advancing to evade a defender close to you is what? Between the legs. Because your body automatically comes between the defender and the dribble. See that?
Yeah.
You can use a drive step. Yeah. So that is the lunge, and it's various uses. Now, when you want to evade a defender, what do? Misdirect with a side lunge.
Yes.
Or if you're running towards the ball, come to a lunge stop and then change.
Yes. Yes.
See that? If you want to do a spin move, how do you set up the defender for a spin move? I just talk from lunges. Just a lunge. Look at the lunge. It is just a lunge.
Just a lunge.
Yes. I will cross over my foot to the other side. My right foot, I will cross it over to my left foot, my left foot. But in essence, I want, if you're standing straight like this, yeah, my right leg will attack your left.
Yeah.
Your right leg. You're right. Sorry, you're right. For the drive step, for the drive step, your left leg is in front of my right. So I attack your, that's a drive step. But crossover step, my right is attacking your right, is going over your right leg. If you commit, meaning I don't have a way to go, what do I do? It creates an angle for me to be able to spin with ease and face the basket. Or a crossover step. And that is how you set up someone for a spin. And all that is a variation of a lunge. Now look at the forward lunge. Just one fundamental movement pattern that every human being should possess. Now look at the forward lunge. If I do a forward lunge and I twist my shoulder, this shoulder comes straight to your solar plexus. What am I doing? We call it what in basketball? Space step or jab step.
Our jab step, yes.
But what now? Go back now to our coaching. I'm sure you've seen this a lot. What do people teach as a jab? They say the crossovers. They use the drive step as a jab or
Yes.
the side step. Catch,
Only
jab.
those.
They still call it jab. So when players come to us and we
Mm-hmm.
start telling them all this, it becomes a bit confusing,
Mm.
even at the national team level. I get to have these
That's
conversations
good.
with players.
They also don't
See that?
know.
My appreciation is that most of them are always willing to learn and they listen and they go and work and they come and show me this is what I've been able to do. What you taught me has really helped me. See that? So even when they
True.
don't make it, and I realize this that even when they don't make it to the final roster of the traveling party, they will still have left with something that will transform their game. And that brings joy
Yeah.
to me. Because I have so many players through our interaction in the national team level, they're able to pick one or two things that transform their game and give them more confidence in their style of play. That is a win for me. Why? Because this knowledge is needed. Like yesterday,
Yeah.
yes,
At least they go home with something.
they
They've
go home
learned
with
something.
something, and that for me that is a win,
Mm.
really. Now let's move to another movement pattern. We'll start with the basics. These are the basics. You're going
Yeah.
back to you're returning. You're in the off season. Yeah, you already state your base. Yeah, you've assessed your work capacity. What are you looking at when you're assessing your work capacity through those dynamic warm-ups?
Yes.
Or even just games. The way you said, get the teams, divide the teams into two, have scrimmage, set constraints.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make 5 passes before you score. This team, you're
Mm-hmm.
picking full court press. This team, you're playing zone 2-3. This team, your third basket has to be a 3-point shot.
Mm.
Those are constraints. Then
Yes.
players have to be creative. They have to
Yes.
think, how do we create this? You know, this team, you have to score off a screen, only off screens. They have to think. See, but in
Yeah.
all those constraints that you're creating, you're not looking at their execution, you're looking at their physical readiness. Remember, you're getting feedback, feedback,
Yes.
feedback. You know, if they can handle full court press, as they're playing full court press, you'll know who is fit, who is unfit, who is well conditioned in the off season, who did extra work. You know,
I talked about it
yes,
in the last episode.
you
Yeah.
yes, you'll even listen. You'll even listen to their communication. You know, who is complaining a lot? Whoever is complaining a lot in the first weeks of training is poorly conditioned.
That is true. Yeah, that is
Uh,
true, manze. Hizi mbio ni mingi, manze. By the way, try to
exactly.
mob.
Yeah.
That is
Uh,
true. Hii ni ukweli bana.
and
Uh-huh.
then in the first weeks, uh, you want to see more of what they have to offer than what you are bringing because you need feedback as a coach. So use that to collect feedback. You know, you can even run your player coach contact time 30 minutes and spend 90 minutes just assessing, just even talking, having conversations to see what did this person do, what do they think about the season that is to come. You know, what is the assessment of our build up. You know, what are they thinking? Because no matter how well you plan, if you don't have a buy-in from your players, even if you bring the best SNC coach, you will not achieve anything.
Will not achieve anything. What?
Only very few players will achieve it.
Not
Those
plan.
who are invested or have been longing for it will gain. You know, I
True.
think we had this experience in Thunder when we were still in Thunder, before Thunder was bought,
Yeah.
2020. Yeah, You remember, I used to run certain
Yeah,
certain
I remember.
positions.
I remember.
There are
Tulikuwa
those who
tunatanga drill.
yes, there are
Yeah.
those who really benefited, and they
Yes.
even gain up to now. They still remember that their bodies were transformed in
During
that
that
time.
time. And funny thing, by the way, funny thing, we didn't do like we didn't see gains after like doing 100 sessions. It was like we were doing these things, and then you're telling us, Amajama, when you're actively training, it only took like 7 minutes. People like, bro, it's only 7 minutes. But
Yes,
ukizifanya, it seems like they are very long, and then able to see improvements in like 2-3 weeks of consistent when you are consistently doing them, we're able to see improvements. And by the way, because me and you talk, so I could like understand what you're trying to do, because I wanted to know also who jamaa anafanya nini hizi, we're able to see these results quickly. Because nakumbuka when you are leaving practice, maybe tumefika pale mali nafaa ku drop mtaani, we start again conversations in the car for like another 1 hour, because I wanted to understand. And then we could see like improvements in like 2-3 weeks, and most of the players, by the way, did not know that hizi vitu msee ametufanyisha ndio hii ina happen saizi, we able to see the benefits.
yes.
So I remember very well.
Yeah.
Nakumbuka.
Now, so we've looked at the squat,
Yes.
lunge, push,
Mm.
push action. What
Yes.
is a push action? We do a lot of push-ups, but do you understand
Push-up.
how it translates to the game?
Mm.
Yeah, shooting is a push action because you're taking
Yes.
the weight away from you. Push. Now, hata wewe sasa ukifanya push alafu ulock, you see there's something known as kinetic chain, the energy flow from the base.
Yes.
Kuna book ingine nitakupatia go through it about the athletic development by Van Gambata. Inaongea about our ability to express ourselves, even if you think at it look at it this way, depends on the interplay between the ground, our body, and gravity.
True.
See that? Now let us look at the basketball shot peke yake. Ground ingekuwa tungekuwa tuna float, ingekuwa na to hold. We need the ground to hold us in place.
Yes.
Yeah. Then the body is a medium of expression. Whatever the mind has conceived, we can only see it through your body.
Yes.
You see that? Then we are working against gravity and with gravity. Against gravity because it is constantly pulling us, holding us down. See that? With gravity, if we interact with it well, we are able to push an object, which is our body also, or the ball, up or in the direction that you want it to go. So when you're shooting, if you squat, you should understand that various parts of your foot are attached or recruit different muscles.
Wow.
Your heels, when contact with the ground, they connect to your glutes. Kabisa. Then balls of your feet zina connect na chini ya hapo kwa macalves na nini.
Yes.
Umeona? So when you're shooting, you need to recruit, plant your foot flat on the ground, because ukifanya squat, wewe ufanya squat on toes. Why? Because to push that load, lazima your foot is stepped flat, then you push from your heels to the balls of your feet.
Is that why we go to the gym with flat shoes?
I wouldn't know that.
But
most probably because hata ukiangalia technology sasa unaona venye hii hapa iko raised hapa. So unaona some shoes hizo Metcon raised huku nyuma. Viatu za bodybuilders. Remember, we are also not bodybuilders, we are athletes. So kuna difference.
Okay.
We are athletes, we are not bodybuilders. So bodybuilders wanna need shoes designed for the kind of work they put in the gym for bodybuilding. Ama weightlifting. Yetu ni strength and conditioning. We just need the strength. Unaona? Yes. We don't necessarily need to muscle up. Point guard wa Rwanda alikuwa anaitwa nani? This young small slim girl, Kanute.
Oh, mwenye the left-handed one.
Yes, is she the left-handed one? The small slim one.
I remember her. I've forgotten the name, but I remember her.
Okay, there's that point guard. You saw how easy and almost slim she is, but how shifty and checking the ball to the hoop she was doing all the time.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, I followed her on Instagram just to see how she works, and then she hits the gym. She's always training, but she's not bulky. But she has
gym
yes.
Example.
She
A
has
very good example.
Strength. Yes, akona strength. So that is strength and conditioning for you. She has strength where if she sees an opportunity, she will keep doing it. And she kept scoring those layups the same way over and over. That means she trained to sustain her performance. If you're not going to stop this drive, I will take it. I will take it again and again and again and again until you stop it. Come on. But if the body is not prepared, then you don't have awareness of what you're doing or what you can do.
You cannot discern.
Exactly. So push action is a fundamental movement pattern. The next one is pull. Can you pull objects? So those are things that we really need to pay attention to, because sometimes utapata our ability to tukikimbia tuna backpedal, saa zingine ukislide una slide ukirudi reverse.
Yes.
Unajua lazima come to a stop and then sprint forward. Explode. Get. So when you look at such foundational movement patterns and we are assessing them, naweza chukua ribbon na nivute nikikuwa na kwa jumble, can I pull the ball? Is my core strong enough to hold na pull? Unaona? Naweza kuwa na drive, naweza enda na push off and then pull my body back into stance to hit my shot.
Nataka pia core, bro.
Core, na core pia ni part of the ndio hiyo rotate anti-rotate. Unaona?
Yes.
Then kuna carry. Then carry is also another foundational movement pattern that you have to always check. Umebump na mtu kwa hewa, can you hold that contact na ushuke nayo safely? Unaona? Juu ukikari inamaanisha core yako ni stable sana.
Yes.
Unaona? Then another thing you also consider ni hiyo tumesema rotation, anti-rotation. That is more of core. Kuna pia abrasion under the same category. You're holding your core to stabilize. Saa zingine una attack and then lazima hold up. Mtu ameruka nawe lazima ulift ndo release. Ukienda layup, wajua watu uenda layup kama umeenda 1-2 alafu umeconnect your body with the release. That means you don't have control. Layup unafaa kuenda uangalie rim and place the ball to the basket. Hiyo inakupatia consistency in scoring your layup because you now have control. Otherwise the momentum umekuja nayo huwezi break kwa hewa na useme ndio hii rim na uweke.
Exactly. That is true. Kuna by the way ni kweli. Umeexplain vizuri sana. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Unapata mtu amekuja na high speed na anaenda hapo bado mpaka kwa rim, he ends up like hitting the ball inagonga ball inarudi nyuma. I get your point.
Ama sometimes utaangalia ameenda na haja elevate, ameglide past the rim, ni kama anafanya long jump badala ya vertical elevation. So hata akimisio layup haezi rebound hiyo ball na arudishe. Yes, when you go for a good layup, you elevate high up, place the ball. Ukimiss hata unaweza land na uitipin. But wengine unakam umeglide, umeenda past the rim, ukimiss umemiss. Unabaki hapo kama huwezi rudia rebound. Angalia vizuri ina build from even lunges, because nikilunge na niruke ni shoot straight up ni kama zile high knees za kualternate. I shoot up, land, shoot up, land, shoot up, land, shoot up, land. Then bounding steps. Then teach ground contact, vertical elevation.
Yes. Kabisa.
Then lastly, tunaangalia locomotion as a foundational fundamental movement pattern. Locomotion basically means how are you walking? See that? So in athletic development, it's very important to look at that because it affects your overall execution of a sport-specific skill. Yeah. And some players who have mastered this know how to even use it to their advantage without the referees calling fouls. Just understanding how your hands should be moving when you're running. Yeah. Ukisha beat a player, you give this continuous motion here as you push the ball forward. Who is to say that I'm actually restricting your movement?
Yes. I know where it is used. I know. Yes.
Yes. And you've seen Kyrie use it also a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. You've seen even Hilda Industry use it a lot. You cannot steal her ball because she runs. So, and she has a very powerful fast step. Yes, she has a very powerful fast step. So once amekubit, wewe kubali tu amekubit. Juu ukirudi unakutana na hii hapa na haja kufaul, yeye anakimbia. So then gate your movement patterns also affect how you perform. Say umona gap, how do you shoot that gap, you know, and execute. So saa zingine uliona player wako yuko open, akona back door, but by the time anafika hapo ameshika ball, defenders washafika ni block.
Ameblock.
Unajua? Juu coordination yake ni poor, so haezi capitalize on that opportunity with a strong fast step. Yes. Unajua Willy?
Ndio. Hata kwa pro stance ni the same thing. Unajaribu kuexplain msee hii ball venye kwa hewa. Nataka ni by the time unaishika already, like you're already on the move. Lakini unapata kila time anaishika ndio anafanya. Sasa hiyo ndio tunasema hiyo ability to move. Yes.
So hiyo locomotion yake exactly. Hata kutravel, how when mtu ana travel saa yote nini, hizo zote zina come to from the coordination of their movement pattern. Unajua?
Ulikuwa unasema ati nani ule?
Kama Willy, unajua Willy huyo wa nini? Wa Mambas, Click Mambas.
Willy, yes. Najua Willy, yes.
Willy ana train all one side.
Yes.
So tulikuwa tuna on drive step pull up, you know, akona very effective lift. Ukitaka kuangalia jump shot, akona jump shot yake ni superb sana.
Yeah.
Whether you under the rim ama nini, unajua alitrain na sisi kitambo, then he came back. So when he came back day one, nikamuuliza how was training for you? Aliniambia tu coach, I survived only on form shooting. I have not been
Ndio
training.
ako na short. Yes.
Ako
nayo.
Na hajakuwa kitrain venye ametrain all one side. Hii ndio week 1 yake. So we've been working on catch on a split stance, drive step, 1 pound and pull up. Alikuwa hawezi pick up the dribble of the left hand and left leg drive step. So unapata left leg yake ni heavier than the right leg. Na ukiangalia vizuri inaanza hapo kwa hip.
Okay.
Unaona? Haizi move first step yake, pick first step yake with the left foot. Na inakwambia nini? Kumguard ni rahisi. Force a pick first step na a shoot dribble off the left hand. A shoot off the left hand dribble. Force him to take his shot off the left hand dribble. Grifo alikuwa na the same challenge nikimguard. Mimi nilikuwa nishajua.
Right.
Ni yuko shifty. Na off the right hand ata shift na atoke. Off the right hand, right foot ikilead. Akishaingia na right foot, apikio shot off the right hand. Forget it. Ashakuwa.
Very true.
Unaona?
Hata kutoka kwa screen ikienda side ya right. Alikuwa very strong.
Amekuwa. Kumbuka Grifo first alispend a lot of time studying. Unajua? Then akakuja aka understand body yake na akaenda aka build body yake athletically. So ako built na pia ako very athletic. Then capitalize on being shifty and finishing. So anaweza vary tempo, anaweza vary a lot of things. Na ili work for him because alikuja akakuwa high level national team caliber player na height yake ilikuwa disadvantage kwake. So whatever ilikuwa na challenge defensively juu anaenda kucheza against bigger players, aliweza ku make up for it by being that effective and solid
offensive player.
Umeona?
Alijielewa.
Ukistudy vizuri utapata picking shot off the left foot ilikuwa very challenging. So really hiyo. Na ukiangalia sasa lazima tumfundishe to correct movement pattern yake especially for the left foot. Hiyo inamaanisha lunging, step ups. Imagine nani workouts too simple kama lunges, step up. High knees. Then kitu pia mimi hufanya ama si hufanya all one ni cross discipline training. Topic workouts from martial arts, workouts from sprinting as a sprint, track. Because itatusaidia kuunderstand ule mse tunamwonanga na sprint vizuri sana. Omanyala na sprint vizuri sana kwa nini? Wacha tuangalie training yake, preparation phase yake. Unaona? So tukishaangalia preparation phase yake, of course hataki ku sprint 100 meters in under 10. So si tutapick tu preparation yake ndo aweze kumove. Unit zetu za bake za movement ni different. Needs zake za movement kwa track for 100 meter sprint ni different.
Yes.
So tutatumia hizo modalities ku correct body ya Willy. Then akisha kwa hivyo atakuwa versatile. Ukifunga huko yeye anataka huko, ukifunga huko anataka huko. Juu shot already iko. But niambie, without that good movement quality, atashoot wapi ukishafunga left? Right. Hakuna. Atapotea kwa game, atadisappear kwa game.
Tukiwachapa first leg tukicheza nao last season, it was exactly that. Umseni aje wacha afunge hiyo side ya left. Wacha afunge. Yaani wewe fanya wewe utafanya lakini akule jump shot yake huko. Ikarudi na nini zirudi chini.
Umeona? And then because so unaona, and that is now hiyo ina come from gait pattern, movement pattern, locomotion yake. Then angalia pia body yake venye iko. Core yake si strong sana, very strong legs. very powerful legs. Unaona? So
So build
tunaangalia
the
tu pia
core.
venye ana drag miguu, lazima ainue miguu, so we have to teach that, how you walk, how you run, how you
Bedong venye anatembeanga anaonekana zidrag.
yeah. So you see, once we teach that, then body itakuwa open for performance. That is when our performance comes in.
Kuna levels mzee.
Kuna
Kuna
levels.
levels. Yani,
so ukiangalia this fundamental movement patterns, that is where sa unakuja una understand from our conversation essential for daily life. Ukiokota kitu from the floor utahinge.
True.
Ukihinge vibaya mgongo itasnap. Proper hinge ina safeguard your back.
Yes.
Umeona? Sasa nataka imagine player a hinge vizuri, hana control of posture ya back yake, so back yake always iko act.
Yeah.
Wewe unataka weka mgongo straight, haiwezi weka mgongo straight kwa sababu haja hinge kwa hip. But akila ku hinge vizuri, then you won't have to worry about the back because hiyo hinge ina isolate upper body na lower body. So movement iko wapi? Kwa waistline.
Kwa waistline.
Hiyo ndio ina move. Unaona? So ni kama ku pick something off the floor, you hinge to pick something.
By the way,
wacha
nikuulize. Do you nikafikiria kitu. Juu nimeona hiyo kitu, unapata kama kuna huyu jamaa wetu Kiemboi, kuna time tu hii hapa tu off season tu hii after amecheza All Star CL nini, kuna time nani Tony akamwambia manze bwana, hata wewe sasa hata kuinama ni shida, umeanza kupata kitambi, hata kuinama ni shida. Alafu nakumbuka akisema hawezi kuinama kwa sababu anasikia hamstring. So hizo ni effects za kuweza kuhinge ama si ndio?
Hamstring yake kama anasikia maybe anatry kuinama vizuri, but hamstring ziko tight na zimeshorten. Na zimeshorten because majority of players do not focus on their tunaita posterior chain muscles zenye ziko nyuma. Watu wengi focus on them. Hii ni anterior, nyuma ni posterior. They don't focus on their posterior chain. Yet wanaitumia sana. So you are constantly using it, but you don't train it, you don't prepare it for the task that you want to give it. So may expose to a lot of things throughout the season, but haujawahi prepare, hujawahi hata strengthen. Watu wangapi wakitrain focus on their hamstring? Watu wakisha squat imeishia hapo. Wakisha lunge imeishia hapo. But hamstring kuna workouts zake, exercises zake specifically zina hit the hamstring. Unaona? Then stretch enough. Yes.
Na kustretch. Unakumbuka pia hiyo. Hiyo ndio nilimwambia.
Then kuna kustretch, kuna ku warm up vizuri.
Hiyo kwanza najua ni pakubwa. Hiyo
kuna warm down. Then hakuna warm down. Then with all that, angalia sasa, rudi back to lifestyle yenye pia hatujui.
Hapo kwanza najua inawahi watu wengi sana. Mambo ya lifestyle.
Ukiweka hizo vitu zote, ukiincorporate hizo vitu zote, utaona we were just once very good players and we assume that we can still play the way we used to. That is why nilianza na kusema we have everything perfect in the mind, but is the body disciplined and ready and prepared? Is it fit to execute?
Lazima tuanzie hapo.
Lazima tuanzie hapo. And that is what pre-season is all about. Those are what the things you check. Unajua?
That is true.
See who will make 10 seconds. It is too early to say who will make 10 seconds. Or 8 seconds. Or suicides or whatnot. You want to make sure that you have your players back. Who is back? In what state are they? Do we have a buy-in for our season goal? Do we understand what it will take us to achieve that? Unaona? Na unaona hizo ni foundational movement there, na nimetry as much as possible kuangalia how do they carry over to the game, to our daily lives. Unaona? Juu hapa tunaangalia it is essential for daily life.
Yes.
It is essential for athletic performance. Juu tumediscuss even in terms of application in basketball. Then most importantly, injury prevention.
Kwanza hiyo ni a big one. Hiyo ni a big one.
Come on. So if me as a person, if I as a person, I understand that I need to, na hizi foundational movement patterns, si lazima uingie gym, si lazima ukuwe na equipment. Unajua? Si lazima ufanye volume.
Yes.
Unaamka tu before hata uoge, unafanya tu 5, one set of each daily. Unajua ina make difference kubwa sana.
True.
Ukifanya proper burpees, umefanya deadlift, umehinge vizuri. A proper burpee utahinge vizuri. Ukitouch toe yako una hinge vizuri. Na hiyo ina hit your posterior chain. Unaona?
Yeah.
The back of your body. Haya, ukifanya pull ups. Unajua ukifanya pull ups 3 is good enough bado to build your upper body strength. Pull up tu.
Wow.
Sasa niulize, nataka kuuliza swali. You want to hold your follow through consistently in place.
Ngoja kidogo tu. Ngoja kidogo tu. Amani. Yanga. Nini mbaya? Nani afanye unalia nini mbaya? Unalilia nini? Kuja. Unalilia nini? Nini mbaya? Sawa, usipige noise. Funga mlango usilie.
Ni fiti.
Ndio kwa nilia.
Usijali.
Kama amerudishwa kwa nyumba yako anataka kurudi, anataka kukula. Ulikuwa unasema anza tu kwa mambo ya ukifanya pull ups 3 juu so that you.
So we have the pull as a foundational movement pattern.
Yeah.
Doing a pull up ama a chin up is very challenging for most people.
Yes.
See that?
True.
But if you start with even 3 proper ones, it's good enough. You go building. So 3 becomes your base, and then you increase as you go. If I start with 3 and I end up doing 15, 20, it means so my work capacity keeps building up. Come on. So golia kuya, coming from off season to pre-season is to establish the base. Where is the base? Where is everybody? Then start building on their work capacity to handle the task that you have ahead.
Makes sense.
Come on. Akunaja, there's no need to start up there yet.
Yeah.
These people are from holiday. Yes. Utawamiza. And though the mind will make them believe that this is what training is, down the lane, maybe even in the playoffs, you end up having a lot of injuries.
Exactly what I said.
Because of overuse.
Exactly.
Overuse. You see that? But if you imagine, if you build up and every player understands that for me to be able to deliver this, I need my work capacity at this level, that player will be invested in getting their body to that level with or without you.
Makes sense.
So that you worry, as coach, you worry about game management. See that?
Different way of
Not
looking,
player
of looking at things.
Game management, not player management, because they are ready, they're good enough for the job. Game management.
That's how professionals work, India.
Thank you. That is a professional space.
Yeah. So for you to play, we want you to get to this capacity. So ni wewe sasa ujipange, because now we are paying you, uko na pesa ya gym, uko na trainer and what not. Wewe una venye utafika hapa. Now ukifika hapa, now we start looking on how now we can incorporate you now into the game, kucheza sasa, to add value to the game, to perform in the game.
Yes, exactly. That will bring your carryover into the game.
Exactly. Wow.
You cannot compare the Majok who played this year and the Majok we saw in the previous season of Thunder.
Yeah, true. US Monastir.
Unaona? Hata mwenye tu alichezea Thunder on venye walicheza the road to Bal. Unaona? The Majok of this year was not as well conditioned as the Majok we saw the other time.
Yeah. Na wanda pia alikuwa na complain sana saa zingine. Yeah. Conditioning is key.
Yeah, that is now comes to condition. When I'm complaining a lot, hata wewe, if you come and put a lot of pressure and just making stops on me, whatnot, I'll resort to either talking too much or all the time.
Meeting.
Yes.
True.
Wacha nikwambie classic example. I will not mention names, but go watch. Our very established guards, just watch the guards. When they meet these younger players who are aggressive, who are spend enough time building their game, building their bodies, maybe in the gym and all that, they resort to either going aggressive on the player guarding them, or rough play, or not complaining, but getting verbally aggressive with the referee. That does not come from there. The training gap there is just fitness level. You cannot keep up.
Yeah.
You simply cannot keep up. This is a more youthful player than you are. That is why LeBron James hataki aibu, ana make sure fitness iko priority. Mutaongea venye mnaongea, but yeye atadeliver brand yake.
Yes.
You talk however you want, but I will deliver.
Kuna mzee wa,
but so long as my body can do what it should,
I'll be there.
I'll be there. You will not disqualify me. I will not be disqualified.
Yeah, because I mean, niko ready, I can perform. Utasema, hey, he's old, but he's even well conditioned than some even younger players. So I mean, mnataka nini?
With the experience and knowledge of the game.
Oh, kwanza knowledge. Jamaa chana.
And we won't be surprised if he plays in the Olympics as his farewell game.
Do you and do you even remember, like, in the previous Olympics, he was still like, he still showed up. Like, sasa kwa kameumana, we go back to this older player kwa sababu jamaa ako ready, and he showed up. Yeye alisaidia USA not to be beaten by South Sudan. I remember he made those last plays. Unaona?
See that?
Yeah. There's an older player in Wageuzi. Wageuzi wazai wetu, malegend wetu. There's one who told me, jupale kuna kwanga na mdomo. Me, I like playing with them because playing with older players, kutoka kitambo hata tuchezanga na nyinyi, nilikuwa napenda kucheza na watu wa age yangu. I always wanted to play with older players because I was like, number one, I'll be challenged, I'll learn, and I will also get a lot from how they speak. You'll get something. So these older players, ninacheza now, and I've learned a lot. But what I realized is, manze watu wanaongea sana. So I was like, lakini jamaa si tunaongea sana. And then one player told me, wazai wakaniambia, Kolo, ukishafika age yetu, the only thing you have is your mouth. Skill ilishaenda, gas ilishaenda.
So we slow you down mentally.
That is mental, banter.
We have to slow you down.
Yeah, they have to slow you down. So they just talk. Kolo hakuna, haunipiti, ameweka mwili hapo. So uko zile anasema nini? By the time you're thinking that, is in front of you, amekuchallenge, una pass ball. Ama maybe utaanza kucheka. Yeye ameshafanya kazi yake. Umepass ball, ametuliwa. Unaona? So I also learned that. Nikakuwa like, whether it is true. When the skill goes, when you no longer have that gas, hiyo energy ya kukimbia sana, banter ndio inabaki. When you are talking, you're going back for defense. No, ni foul. Nini? The guy is walking. Amerudi kudi. Sawa basi. Kumbe asharudi amefika.
And you remember, and you remember that is the same challenge Shaq, KD, and Kobe faced. Yes, because when they are coming in, they were a bit younger and very, very dominating in their roles against the Jordans, the Who's. So the older, the senior players were not happy.
Yes.
With that generation of players. And there was a lot of around it, issues around players coming straight from high school into the NBA. Yeah, that was about the Kina Kobe, Kina KD.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not KD. Grant.
KG.
KG, yeah. KG.
Yeah.
It's like they were the last crop of players to come straight from high school. Ama?
Yeah, Huyo and also Tracy McGrady.
Now you look at the damage they caused against Kina Jordan.
Yeah.
They started taking the limelight. They were so Pantambua. Respect is in the game. You put in the work, I put in the work. I watched you as a kid, you inspired me. Now I'm here playing against you. Bring it.
But man, that is true. I think like so far, whoever is watching Jama, first of all, I'm happy. I wanted Harry to come on the show because unimsemekana yeye to train. Hata saizi after this, I already have some questions and nitamuuliza offline because I may hit something in my mind. But I'm hoping the way he has broken it down, because I said whoever is going to watch this episode is going to be able to get some tips and ideas, and maybe even a structural way on how to prepare your body, what it means, to prepare your body to be able to perform, in a game. So, if you're waiting for like atakuja anze kutuambia here is the workout that you're supposed to be doing, ni kwanza kuelewa mwili yako, understanding all these aspects of your body movement, push, pull, carry, hizi vitu zote. And then the best part is he was able to say that you don't need to go to a gym. These are things you can actually do with what you have. That is the best thing. Naona nilitaka Ari pia kuje kwa sababu we had already talked about this years ago. And I was like, by the way, you don't need to go to a gym. There are some things, kama hujafika mahali unaenda gym, there's some things you can do. Exactly. And I mean, you can also be creative. You can find ways. Kama ni carry, there's some, kama ni mtungi unajua hizi vitu ziko. There's a workout called, kuna workout inaitwa something carry. Yes, farmers carry. Yeah, niliona hiyo tunaweza chukua tu mtungi and you do those workouts based on ile weight unaweza beba na nini, na ni kuimprovise na bado unapata hizo results. Umesikia amesema kama the only thing you can do is 3 pull-ups, anzia hapo. Tafuta mahali unaweza fanyia pull-ups, anzia hapo. Unaona? Pole pole. Unaona? And of course, if you want like a structured workout, if you want to go into more detail, a personal workout ama nini, tafuta Hari ako social media na nini all one, and he'll be able to guide you. And also what we've learned from Hari, what I learned from Hari also is being that kind of person who wants to learn. So if you want to learn, somehow pia Mungu atakuletea ideas ama site ama nini ama tu ka video ama video kama hii, and then able to learn something and you're like, I can start from here. No. And one thing I can also add is dynamic warm-up. Very important. Dynamic warm-up. Very important. Na amesema ni vitu tu simple jamaa, but lazima ukuwe consistent on applying these things so that uone results huko mbele. Unaona? So manze, Hari, nimefurahia sana kukuhost manze, but before we go, nataka ongelee kitu moja hapa which I think is very important. Hari, tuko na topics mingi yani tunaweza ongelea. Nilitaka leo ongelee tu mambo ya conditioning na nini because you're going into another season. But one thing I want you to talk about in your own version is this idea of keeping a journal.